in his post-match pint after Liverpool have been beaten 2-2 by West Ham United at the London Stadium. That's the way in which it feels, really. It's not even in the grand picture of the title, in inverted commas. I think that everyone was of the view the title, in inverted commas, was gone. It was over. You weren't going to get two sides as good as Arsenal and City at this stage of the season to drop points each in 2 games, which is what Liverpool de facto needed, where the maths were concerned. It's more... I'm not even going to do a grand what concerns you, Shaun. I'm not going to start in that place. I'm just a bit like... Liverpool are the better side first half for 40 minutes. They go in 1-0 down. Liverpool are the best side second half until 75 minutes, and suddenly it's 2-2 after it's been 2-1. Yeah. There was only 5 minutes in the second half where West Ham had any gumption about them, anything on the front foot, but they get to score from it. And if there's a concern I've got for this Liverpool side, sort of in general, it's that shit's got to stop happening.
Yeah.
Both you can't keep conceding the opening goal, but also you can't every single time you have a ropey 5 minutes or so also concede a goal. And that's my concern about today's game, which is much more small scale in a sense than the idea of an overall title picture.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. You say overall title picture and we all thought it was gone and all that. When we were winning 2-1, I didn't think it was gone. Did you have a good look? I was doing maths, I was thinking, right, this could happen here. This could genuinely happen. But I can't believe how emotional I feel about that game, by the way. Like, first half just sort of passed me by a little bit. Second half, it felt like the biggest game of all time. It was strange. In terms of, like, the things to be concerned about or things to be worried about, I think, like, it feels like when a goal goes in now, we're back to that, oh, it's happened again, stage. Oh, it's happened again. We've got, like, I think, like, Jurgen's and Liverpool is such a team of, like, habits. And, like, when it gets into good habits, it's unbelievable. But when it gets into bad habits, you don't half feel them. Do you know what I mean?
They've conceded so many times this season. It's heartbreaking, you know, because they do deserve to be 1-0 up. And there'll be people saying it was a bit boring, it was a bit slow, it was a bit predictable. But they looked after the ball, moved up the pitch, did all the things you need to do to be the better side at somewhere like their grounds, away from home. They imposed themselves. They've done all the bits. They hit the post. Diaz should be more switched on and not get caught offside for the penalty, but they're worthy of a penalty in there. All of this stuff's happening, and yet they still go in 1-0 down. And that was my biggest stuff. For fuck's sake, it's happened again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest, my biggest frustration in the first half, I was still hungover a bit from the derby, thinking, I wish we would have played this on Wednesday. I wish we would have created more chances like this on Wednesday, because we played within ourselves like so much on Wednesday, whereas today, it felt like we were getting up the pitch. We're doing that thing that we've done all season, to be fair, where we get sort of 80-90% there, but don't quite finish it off. And it's like, you create opportunities, but not real big chances. And I felt like that was the thing that was, for me, is just like, same again. But listen, second half they come out, and to be fair to them, they pulled
They were great.
They pulled the sleeves up, they pulled the chests out, and they look like a team that has just been bollocked at half time. Let's get that straight. They look like they've been bollocked, but they look like they cared, and I think that's the big thing that's frustrating now.
The look like they cared, I think, is, for me, it's one of your big marker points today. Across the board, for me, Ryan, they look like they cared.
Yeah.
And they look like they were really engaged with the process. And second half especially, they really look like they also backed themselves and backed each other. Yeah. The manager talked in the week about playing positive football, aggressive football that had been lacking. There was a bit of it first half, but then there was a shit ton of it second half. But then it still goes wrong for them. They win the second half 2-1. Yeah. For me, they should win the second half 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was a good performance on the whole. If without those moments when we the lapses of concentration have again led to us conceding goals. But as a whole, Liverpool, we've gone to the stadium. The first half, I think I looked at half time. There was a massive overreaction in terms of the frustration as though Liverpool were playing poorly. When we dominated the game, we were being patient, but we were away from home. We created loads of chances. It was a lot more of an energetic performance. We had built up the pitch, and it was again that lacking in the final third. And then obviously we go into half time 1-0 down. We come out the second half, and we're really good. We start like house on fire. So we scored the goal, and we look as though this Liverpool team are going to go on to win the game. But then
it was one of them where I'm going, though. You say they scored the goal, and I'm saying straight away, right, you've got to make it 2.
Yeah.
But then they do, or it gets made 2 for them. Yeah. Do you know, which I'm fine with, by the way. There's not been enough of that as far as I'm concerned this season. Yeah. Not been enough, firstly, the ball breaking our way, but also secondly, just fucking putting it into an area and going, man, this is going to happen. But then they don't then impose themselves, and there's another alternative, which is just sit deep and defend. They do neither. They're caught between stools.
Yeah.